Before I showed all the videos and pictures that I took, I wanted to give an overview of where things were located in relationship to other points of interest. So you can see the Milwaukee airport here on the south. About a 20-minute drive to the north is Marquette University, where Grandpa Hilbig baked goods towards the end of his life, and where Grandpa Bauer taught at the Marquette School of Engineering, located downtown Milwaukee. So we head to the northwest. Here is the earliest known home that everyone lived on 5700. The story is told that Grandpa and Wayne would sit at the back window and shoot rats in the parking lot here, and then they moved to the north a little bit into this second-story apartment for a few years. Had retail up front and the living quarters in the back, and it was next to a car dealership. And the story's told that they would love watching the new car models come in each year. And very close was Dad's elementary school called High Mount, about a quarter-mile away. And then the junior high school, Steuben Junior High School, which is a multi-story building, very nearby. And then Washington High School, but they did not live in these homes when Dad went to high school. They moved to the 78th Street location, which was down the street from the bakery. So just the way the school years worked out, and there was a lot of new growth and new school buildings being built, it seems like Wayne and Dad went to different elementary schools. This is 81st Street Elementary, just 3 blocks away from their home, where Wayne attended, and then the junior high school, which is a brand new junior high school for Wayne as well. Again, just a few blocks away from the homemade bakery on the corner there. So this is where Dad would have lived when he graduated from high school, I believe. From there, Grandma and Grandpa moved out west about 8 miles to Brookfield, which was their final home in a very nice neighborhood here on this corner. This is where they would have been living when Dad and Susan got engaged. The church was about 2.5 miles away, where Grandpa was bishop at the same time that Dad was bishop in Pasadena. And this is their final church. The earlier church was completed in 1933. It was just a few miles north of their early homes. This is the highly architectured church building. And from there, they would oftentimes go to the Grandma and Grandpa Bauer's home, which is a few miles to the east. This home was built in 1919 and is still in pretty good condition, though the neighborhood is a bit rough. But this is the pictures. We have plenty of pictures of them in front of the Bauer home, and Dad on his roller skates was right here on this little step that we'll show later in the video. So that's the Grandma and Grandpa Bauer's home. And then all the way to the coast, this is the park where Dad proposed to Mom. This is actually cliffs, pretty good drop from here down to there, but a nice part of town along the lake coast. So again, that's the overview. Of course, the Valhalla Cemetery, a little bit to the north. And this is the general location of the gravestone, just a little bit southeast of the mausoleum there. So hopefully that provides a kind of a good overview. Now we'll get into some of the videos and pictures of their hometown. Here's my list, and we're off. Get this too.
Pretzel for you. We do have to go bus if necessary.
I think it'll be necessary.
And we have the beer cheese up top for you.
So they lived on the second story of this 3-story building, and High Mount Elementary is a half a mile from here. Driving now from the 3-story brick apartment building to High Mount Elementary School, which is about, I've got a half a mile to go. High Mount Elementary School. No doubt Dad was the smartest guy in that classroom. And here's the map again showing the 2 apartments along with the 2 schools that Dad attended.
Some rain has got to fall.
Amazing architecture. So again, this is Grandpa's middle school, and we're gonna go up and around the corner to 5411 West Lisbon Avenue, where they lived on the 2nd story. Dad would have walked up this street over this bump to middle school behind me. Okay, this is 5411 West Lisbon, just around the corner from Steuben Middle School. You can kind of see down the side that there's retail up front and residential in the back. I'll try to get a better angle. Right on Zillow, it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, renting for about $1,300 a month. Okay, from Highmount Elementary School, which is down here. It is a 2.7 mile drive, 9 minutes to get to the bakery house on 78th Street. There's the alley loaded garages. We'll make a left here on 78th and Locust. Again, it's the second house in. And then Burley Street is just right up here. So I imagine they would walk from home to the bakery many, many times. This is the alley loaded garages. Fenced in now, there's a car there. Alright, this is 7830 West Burley, which is the old homemade bakery. Here's the back of the bakery. Bakery. So this is around the corner, 81st Street School. It was first opened in 1950. It's just a couple blocks away from the bakery. And when it opened in 1950, it was the first school in Milwaukee to open post World War II, and the first purpose-built school after the war as well. So it's likely that Wayne and Dad went to elementary school here, as it was a K through 6th grade in 1950. The back side of the elementary school. I think that's where Farkas got his tongue stuck to the flagpole. We're now just 2 blocks away from 81st Street School, coming up on Wilbur Wright Junior High School, where Uncle Wayne wooed the ladies and impressed the teachers. It was built in 1956 as North Milwaukee experienced a big population boom. Again, just down the street from the bakery. This is the street behind the high school.
I want a diamond ring, bracelets, everything. Daddy, you ought to get the best of me. Yeah, yeah. You ought to get the best of me.
Kid, you're good at looking, but you don't know it's cooking till your head.
Alright, here's Washington High School. The Golders, because they're purple and gold. Alright, I'm going from their earlier home to the later home. And I've been going straight for about 5 miles. Very, very foresty, lush, and very pretty. I'll be at their new home in about 3 minutes. Much bigger lots, more suburb by far. I can't see. This is Shorewood Park on the cliffs of Lake Michigan. Mom and Dad got engaged, and they said there's a plaque somewhere here talking about it.
surprised it's still here. On this day, sometime in March, Keith proposed to choose it in a proper way in this here spot where eternity started. This is the Brookfield Steak Center, where Grandpa Bishop Carl Hilbig served and was built by the funds of the ward and stake members. Very well kept. And although it may not have been the steak center back then, it is now, or what I presume is the Milwaukee steak. It's the Bowers house. There's pictures with Dad on those stairs, playing in the lawn. Kind of trapped. One more time, the other direction. The school bus will provide me some cover.
Some tears gotta fall. But I know that some.
John H. 1961, 1884. Olive, 1886. 6, 1962. I'll get this cleaned up. Barbara Bauer. Found it. Mildred Hellbig. Olive Ann.